Welcome to Yin Yoga. One of the fascinating things about teaching yoga via Zoom is we can be in very extraordinarily different places under extremely different conditions. I know my friends in the Northeast right now and Japan have been battling with snow and frigid conditions. While here in Australia we're sweltering at it was about 100 degrees yesterday. So we're going to dedicate this practice to the frigid climate. We're going to try and bring some warmth and feeling into those extreme parts of the body, hands and feet, which often can detract from our enjoyment of life if they're cold. But also we'll work on the core of the body, just getting you ready for some more snow shoveling. And at the same time we want to open up the hips. We want the low back and neck to release. So we've got a lot on our plate today. So start with stillness. So you're drawing your attention inwards. Now inwards could mean many things. Some people focus on the heart region when they focus inwards. Some people focus on the belly region. So we usually focus on that region that contains the organs of the body. This is where our warmth focuses when the extremes get cold. Start to create a dragging sensation in your breath, constricting the back of the throat slightly so you can hear a raspy sound as you breathe in and out. So we're warming the breath up here. The breath has to pass through this constriction in the back of the throat, warming the air, letting the air warm into the organs and into the brain. As the organs and the brain warm up, let that warmth start to seep out. At least imagine it seeping out into the arms, hands, fingers, hips, legs, feet and toes. So you're distributing the warmth generated by the breath into the whole body. And then we'll try some yin bellows breath. Bring the hands to the top of the shoulders, closed fists, and squeeze. Squeeze the fingers, make strong fists, feel the biceps swell with blood. On the next inhale, raise the arms up and spread the fingers out nice and wide. Exhale, close the hands, bring them down to the shoulders, squeeze, bicep strength. Inhale, lift. Really reach, open and lift on the inhale, and on the exhale, squeeze, lower and feel that bicep contraction. If you can, keep the sound of the constricted breath going. 5 more breaths. Two. One. Bring those hands back as fists to the top of the shoulders, and this time open the outer 3 fingers, the pinky, the ring finger, and the middle finger, and touch the thumb tip to the index fingertip, creating a circle. So you have little suns here with little rays popping off the circles. Inhale, reach up, reach up, hold your suns above the head with the rays pointing out. We're going to take 5 breaths in and hold the breath here. So it's inhale, little sip, inhale, inhale a little more, 2 more, inhale, inhale and hold the breath. Now as you hold the breath, lift those hands up and squeeze your buttocks, reach. And then exhale, release gently, letting the arms drift, float, like snowflakes back to the lap. Keep the circles, the fingertip, index and thumb. Relax shoulders. Deep breath in. As you exhale, take that left hand behind the back and anchor it to your bolster, block, mat, or the waistline of your pants. I like the waistline of my pants because I can bring it right around to that right hip. Right hand comes over to the midline of the body and anchors down. And we're going to do little wing flaps here. So the arm that's behind you is going to pull back, squeeze back. You feel the shoulder blade and elbow come back, and it pulls the trunk of the body around. And then release. Exhale, pull back, flap, and release. So as we exhale, we pull back and flap, and as we inhale, we slowly release. 5 more. Hold the last flap and turn the head in the opposite direction. Holding the flap, holding that left elbow back, left shoulder back. Let's start turning just the head and neck with the breath. Inhale brings the chin over the chest. Exhale turns it to the other shoulder. Inhale neutral. Exhale other shoulder. 3 more. Inhale, release slowly. Come to stillness. Simply notice the sensations you've generated in the body. Hopefully that warmth is starting to open up that arm. Let's anchor to the other side. Wing flaps. Relax. Exhale, flap. Relax. Inhale. Exhale, flap. Strong back muscles here. Strong scapular retraction. We want that shoulder blade to get really involved with this work. The more conscious we become of the shoulder blade and strengthening it in its daily routine, the less pressure there's going to be on the shoulder. Back and hold. Head rotations with the breath, rotating to the front shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, back. Hold that strong retraction. Inhale, neutral, and slowly release, making your way gently onto your back. If you need something to pad the head, go ahead and do that. Inhale, bring the left foot up, knee bent at 90 degrees, shin parallel to the earth, toes pointed, and then bring the right leg up to join it and push the legs together. Holding the back of the hamstring, simply straighten the legs, heel, toes to heaven and back. Try to keep the knees and the thighs glued together as best as you can, and if you can't, just push them together with the hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop just the right shin to tabletop. Left leg stays up. Now curl the toes back towards the shin and point. 2, 3. So we're trying to bring some heat now into the feet, the toes. Working the ankle joint, build some heat. Back and forth, back and forth. The next time it comes back, take a slow breath in. Try to keep that right knee up, shin parallel. If it gets too much, just drop it to the ground. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the head up and grab hold of that extended leg. Just grab hold of it. Now the idea here is to rope climb up the leg, tap your toe with one hand, and then climb back down. Now you can rest here and bring the head back down. If you want to keep the core working, stay up. Up again. 2, maybe tap with alternate hand and climb back down. 3, tap, down, up, tap the other hand. 4, good. Keep going. One more on each side. And then slowly coming down. If you want to rest the feet in between, you can. Otherwise, you can just bring it to tabletop and maintain that core contraction. Up to you. Right leg extends to the sky. Let's point and flex that right foot. Left knee can stay in tabletop, or you can bring the left foot down to the ground anytime. You should be generating some heat in the core now, and that movement of the ankle warming up the foot, the toes. We could almost call this Pilates yin yoga today. Curl the toes back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, grab the thigh and pick yourself up. Let's do some leg climbing here. Reach the bell, ring the bell, hit that big toe, and then climb back down. 1. Climb up, ring the bell with the other hand. 2. 3. Woo. Hopefully this is starting to warm you up. It's always good to be warmed up before we go into some of these yin poses as well. Even though yin is a cool yoga, the joints really like a little bit of warmth and circulation before we open them too much. Come on, 2 more on each side. There's 1. There's 2. Exhale, slowly come down, bending that knee into tabletop, and then bringing both feet to the floor. Open up the knees, feet together into butterfly. And then clasp the hands under your head. Double winged butterfly with open wings. Elbows out, knees out. Can you relax more into this? If this is too much for the hips, you can chock your blocks or cushions underneath the thighs to take a little bit of pressure off. And those blocks aren't permanent, they can move outwards over time. Five more breaths here. And we'll go through some more warming exercises, some more core work here. Stand the feet together on the mat, knees together. And as you do that, press the low back into the mat. So you feel the tailbone tucked down and you get this nice flattening of the low back. That's a very important part of this. Deep breath in. As you exhale, pick the head up and wrap the elbows towards each other. So you're squeezing the head, big abdominal contraction. You can even lift the back of the skull up if that feels good. Breath in here. As you exhale, lower and open both wings of the butterfly. Knees out, elbows out. Big breath in. Exhale, knees together, feet together, flat on the floor. Low back presses into the mat. When that's all in place, another breath in. Exhale, lift the head up and wrap the skull. Squeeze. Inhale, exhale, open slowly both wings of the butterfly. Now we're going to add a little more active component here. Exhale, closing the butterfly legs, low back, imprint to the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift the head, wrap the skull. Now you can do this alternating hands, one hand behind the head. Take that right hand and touch the right knee. Bring it back. Replace the left hand on the back of the skull and the left hand reaches the left knee. Yeah, I think that's going to be good enough. That's a nice little core workout right there. Back and change. Now you can move quickly or slowly. You're still going to get a big burn no matter what you do. The hands supporting the head, just taking pressure off the neck. Alternatively, you can let go both hands and just tap, tap, tap with a little shoulder swing from side to side. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clasp the hands behind the head, open the elbows, lower the head, open the butterfly wings. Hopefully your core is getting a little fire going there, generating more heat into the body. Extend the left leg, pick up the right knee, hug the right knee and the right foot in towards your ribs, so you've got that nice reclined pigeon feeling. Now you can stay on your back or you can engage your core more. Inhale, exhale, push the low back into the mat. Exhale, lift the head up, and you can start to hold your pigeon with that core contraction. Whether your head's down or up, let's lift that left leg to the air. Come on back, keep the low back imprinted. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4, ooh, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold it out at 45 degrees. And we're simply going to bring it to the right a few inches and then to the left a few inches. So that straight leg that's out is simply moving and swaying in the breeze. Right, left. Probably about 10 inches at the most in that movement. Remember, you can drop your head at any time. You can support the head with that other hand if the neck is not enjoying it. 3, 2, and slowly lower, releasing the right foot to the inside of the right thigh into your tree pose on the back, bringing your hands out 90 degrees. Soak in the sensations you're feeling right now. Hopefully there's a lot of warmth. Soaking in moving through the body into those outer reaches that get, remember the fingers and the toes are the first things to go cold because they're not vital organs. The body in its wisdom pulls the heat back, the blood flow back to the organs. So the extremities are, what's the right word? Expendable. Organs are not. And then extending that right leg, just noticing how that feels. And let's pick up the left knee and hug the left leg into your pigeon, in towards your ribs. Remembering your options here are to keep the head on the floor if you've had enough of the core. Or if you like, take a deep breath in, make sure the low back stays imprinted, exhale, lifting up. And once again, you can hold that love. And now from here, we can have the leg lifts with head down or up. That straight leg. Just working the hip flexor. Getting plenty of core here, a lot of heat, generating a lot of heat. All right, let's come to 45 degree now and do our little dinosaur tail waggles left and right. You might feel the whole body starting to rock in that breeze. It's a pretty small movement, but it generates a lot of focus, a lot of heat. Hands holding on nice and tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming down. Bringing that left foot in against the extended thigh, tree pose, arms out 90 degrees. Find your stillness if you'd like to do a few head rotations, left and right, just to feel the neck after all that work. And then releasing both legs, just find your stillness, relaxation. Bending both knees, standing the feet on your mat. Bring the palms down beside the hips, 45 degrees, palm down. Feel the low back pressing into the mat. Now press your elbows and forearms and palms into the mat as well. Just pulsing, don't lift the body. So you're pushing It's almost like your arms are trying to push you up, but obviously you're too heavy for that in this position, and then relaxing. The low back stays imprinted the whole time. Add the feet. So as the hands, forearms, and low back press, so do the feet. But you're still not lifting. You're simply pulsing into the mat, creating this isometric push against the earth. Now the next time you push, tuck the tailbone and start to peel the spine, vertebra by vertebra, up, 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 up. The chin will start to move towards the chest. Engage here. Make sure the knees are staying steady, not splaying apart. Push the hands and the forearms into the mat. And start to reach your tailbone towards your legs, your bent legs. So the spine is getting longer and you're starting to come down on the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Keep the tailbone pushing out towards the heels, and then settle and relax everything. So we're getting these yin moments between the warming of the body. So really relax, shoulders, hands. Relax your chest. Relax the face. Embody yourself. You embody yourself through relaxation, not tension. When we're tense, we leave the body. We disembody. We go into the mind and flitter away somewhere else. Relaxation is key. All right, let's start to introduce pulsing tension. Hands, forearms, low back, press, press, press. Add feet, press, 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 press and hold. Tuck the tailbone. Here it comes. We're starting to peel the backbone off the mat, bone by bone, up, up, up. Hips come up, up, up. Press through the feet, strong hands, strong forearms. Back of the neck stays long, no pressure on the neck. Squeeze the glutes, hold up. Feel the hamstrings holding you up. Breathing. Now coming down is even, in some ways, a little more challenging because you're trying to push the tailbone away from the chest towards your legs, and that starts to bring the backbones down one by one until that last tailbone sinks into your mat. Relax everything. Relax everything. Feet, hands, face, heart, chest area. You can turn off the abdominals. The abdominals can relax here. What's it like to be out of this fight and flight nervous system right now? Moving into the relax and digest nervous system. We're going to do that once more. So, start with your pulsing presses. Hands, forearms, low back. 3, 4, 5, 6. Add the feet. 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Now curl the tailbone. The hips start to come off the ground. You're going slowly. Push slowly. Keep tucking the tailbone. One bone at a time, coming up, 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 higher than before. Up, up, up. Almost feel like your hips are coming free of, or the legs are coming free of the hips. You're freeing the femurs here in the front body. Keep the pressure on. Isometric, hands, elbows, feet, hands, elbow, feet. Inhale, exhale, pushing the low hips, the low back towards the feet, coming down with that long spine until you're all the way down, and final let go, relax. This time bring the knees together, feet apart. TP pose, turn the palms face up. Whew. Can you let go 5% more? Relax 3% more. Soften 1% more. Bring the knees hip width apart, keep the feet bent, feet flat on the floor, knees bent I should say, and cross the right ankle over the left knee. Figure 4. In fact, I'm going to give you some choices here. If you've had enough core work, you can build a ramp using your blocks and your bolster. So I think most of you know how to do that now. You have the tall block at the back, medium, and then you build a ramp, and you can rest your body on the ramp. So that's if you don't want to do core work. So you can build it anyway, just in case you decide you want to come back to that. And then you still cross. So you're still in that cross position, but you want to feel that low back supported into your bolster. We can still come into core work from here. So let's have it set up anyway. Rotate the right foot around the ankle. Again, if you want some core work, you could kind of sit up here and come into a C curve and do the same thing. That's going to switch on your abs. You still got the bolster supporting the low back, but it gives you a little more core activation. So there's a choice right there. Rotate that ankle the other way. Right hand grabs the shin, left hand grabs the toes, and now you're going to take over from the ankle and simply turn the foot using the mechanics of the left arm. Left arm's doing the work, ankle is relaxed. Turn it the other way. We're stimulating the foot. We're bringing blood flow into the foot. And the toes. Once again, you can remain in your relaxed position or engage a little more core. I'm going to add a little more core, so I'm curling up a little more. Both hands are going to grip the top of the foot. Right hand's going to massage the arch, and the left hand is going to massage each toe individually. Start with pinky. Strong massage. So the fingers are warming up as well as the toes. If you're not already there, move on to the next toe, second toe. Should be feeling a little core work if you're in the C-curve sit. Remember, you can always relax and come back. Middle toe, if you're not there yet. You might even find yourself massaging the top of the foot as well. Toe number 2, the one next to the big toe. And you can have both hands working on the big toe when you come to massage the big toe. Lateral stretch between the toes. Take your fingertips onto the pinky and toe number 4 and pull them apart. Just pull them apart, sideways. Give them a wiggle, back and forth. Move to toe 4 and 3. Pull them apart. Stretch the webbing between the toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, 2 and 3. Stretch apart. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Be careful with the big toe. It can be a funky toe. Pull it apart from the toe number 2, carefully, and then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now keep the figure 4, bring your hands beside you and straighten the left leg out and sit up away from your ramp. So you've got your figure 4. Take a deep breath in, grow tall in the spine. Exhale, lean forward just a little bit. The toes are curled back on the extended leg. And just that little bit of leaning forward should feel a big stretch in the hamstring up into the low back. Now we'll be here for a while, so you can choose to stay here. You can also choose to walk your hands closer to that foot. If at any time you walk a little too far and you feel too much sensation, too much discomfort, you just walk your hands back again and wait. So you're constantly recalibrating. How far forward can I go? Whoops, too much, come back a bit. Well, I think I can go a little more, go forward. So you're constantly calibrating with micro precision based on the feedback from sensation in the body. And then release. Lean back into the hands, extend that leg, and tap the back of the legs, the knees, just up and down, just tap, tap, tap. And we'll come to the other side. So I'll see if I can do it without the ramp. Bending the knees, this time the left. Yeah, I think the ramp offers too much support, which is good. it's a little awkward to keep your balance otherwise, so I'll bring my ramp with me. And while I'm setting up, you can start rotating using the ankle, rotating that left foot. Now, the more you sit up, of course, the more the core is going to engage. So that C curve, you can see I'm C curved forwards, rotate the other way, ankle power. Take over with arm power, grip the ankle and toes and start to churn your wheatgrass juicer around and around, or your T-model forward, whatever you're into. Oh yeah, I can feel that in the core. Rotate the other way if you haven't already. All right, let's get into some serious massage here. So you're massaging the arch of the foot with one hand and the toes with the other hand. And of course, you can press the fingertips into the top of the foot as well and get those bones feeling a little bit of circulation too. Once you've done all the digits on the left foot, you can come into the splits. You can stretch the webbing between them and wiggle them 2 by 2 or 1, or in pairs, whatever works. Working your way from the pinky toe to the big toe. Once again, taking care on that big toe. All right, keeping the figure 4, bring the hands beside you, press up and extend that front leg. Getting ready to come into our forward fold, figure 4. Just calibrate and recalibrate over time. Inhabiting your body by relaxing, even when there's strong sensations. Exhale, slowly release, come up, grab your bolster and maybe a towel or blanket. If it's cold where you are, make sure you're rubbed up. Bring your bolster behind your back. Have your towel back there as ready, it's probably for the head. Have your blocks handy in case. Snuggle up so your back is against the edge of the bolster and slowly peel down onto the bolster. And as the head comes back, just notice, does it feel good back here? Or do you feel like you need a little head elevation? And remember, you can change that elevation over time. Slowly extend the legs out. And this is where the real yin comes in. Based on the art of relaxing into the shape. Noticing any resistance to letting go. And making space for that resistance. It's there for a reason. It's trying to protect you. When resistance is allowed some space, there's a paradox. Because it's allowed the space to be there, it sometimes spontaneously lets go. Usually when it lets go, it finds a new level of resistance at a softer level, but resistance nonetheless. Give space for that resistance. And particularly on the exhale, just notice what happens to that resistance. And this goes on and on and on infinitely as your awareness becomes more finely tuned to tension. So relaxation is a direction, not a destination. There's always more to go. Are you moving in the right direction? Take a deeper breath in. Exhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Bend the knees and stand the feet on the mat. Try to stay on your bolster as you roll to one side and rest your head on your extended arm with your knees curled up. Slowly press up to a seated position. You might even sit on your bolster. And the final warming gesture for today is to lift the hip bones up. So it's like your pelvis is trying to smile. Lift the edges of the collarbones up, like the collarbones are trying to smile. Lift the corners of the mouth up. As you bring your hands to the chest, let the head bow in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Hope that warms your cockles for the winter.